take a look at these. Honestly, these are like my favorite part. And this leg of this astronaut has fallen off, but it looks like it just pops right back on. Yeah, okay. Yeah, just popped back on. So we've got a helmet that the visor really works, and it's orange tinted. And the helmet's supposed to come off, yeah. Now this helmet is a little rounder than the one I've recently made, and it's made of a flexible, more rubbery plastic. I love that though. I love that. Now, as far as accurate, it looks pretty accurate. I mean, you have to make these hinges, these pegs that go into the helmet a little wide, you know. Oh, he touches here. You can see right there where the hinges come into the helmet. So you might pinch it to where it fits down in there good. But they look a little round, but that's okay. I'd like to have a whole pile of these. I have this thing about astronauts. I love astronaut figures. And these are nice. Even though they're the old style like G.I. Joe and the Super 7s now, that's fine. Pretty nice. And they turn. It's got that O-ring in there, which I don't really care for. I'd rather them be... Oh, the belts come out back here. The belts don't really lock in, it looks like. The belts look like they have some ribbing there that will help it stay in back there. But they're made of a rubbery material also. It has some flex. But I like how there's a joint right here. I mean, these are jointed more than like the Super 7s. They're jointed a lot like the old G.I. Joes. The feet don't turn, but that's okay. Yeah, on the TV show, they just wore yellow rubber boots and had the suit pant legs just hanging over them, and they just put a round, metal-looking piece over it just to give the illusion of a spacesuit. We got some detail right there. Pretty sharp. I love these. And since they are like the G.I. Joe, the old G.I. Joe, which were chunkier, that's just fine. That's perfect for a spacesuit. A spacesuit will make you more chunky. Even the newer spacesuits that you might see, like in the movie Interstellar, that fit more closer. Yeah, I mean, they're still a little bit chunky. So yeah, this is awesome. This is awesome. I mean, it really couldn't be that much better unless you used the vintage Star Wars Hasbro vintage collection, like the X-Wing figure that I use as a comparison. So we'll measure this figure, and he is 3 3/4. He's 3 3/4 inch. He's 118. And here is a vintage collection X-Wing pilot, and as you can see, they're about the same height. This is a helmet that I made. Looks like my helmet is a little bit, compared to that one, a little bit longer. Yeah, mine's more egg-shaped to fit on the figure and any other figures. I made these helmets to fit on the Space 1999 original figure. So the proportions are a little bit different. But I'll take the helmets off. And here they are beside each other, and it looks like the Vintage Collection X-Wing pilot is slightly taller, but it's not that much. Not that much. And here's the original Dr. Russell figure, which is going to be shorter. She's a female, of course. She's probably a little bit shorter. So are the other guy, the Bergman and Koenig. And you can see the original backpack are a lot different. This backpack on the show sure does look like the 2001: A Space Odyssey backpack turned upside down, because in Space Odyssey their pack front apparatus was this orientation, and I'm not sure, but I think they reused 2001: Space Odyssey orange spacesuits. Brian Johnson worked on both. He worked on 2001 and Space 1999, and of course there's the original pack versus the new pack. Pretty sharp. I love these. Yellow boots. Yep. Now it looks like this neck piece will not come off. No, it won't come off. At least not easily. So we came up with I opened this package, and we're going to see what's inside of it. Okay, so looks like we have some figure stands. Fits into his feet pretty good. And here's the weapons rack and some comm locks. And I always wanted to make one of these, but I never got around to it. Beautiful. Beautiful. And here's the weapons rack, and you can see that the guns fit in like this. I don't want to get too crazy with this. Sorry. Maybe I better look at the illustrations on the box, because this didn't come with any instructions. Here's the comm lock. They got the clip, and they're a rubbery material too, and they go in here. And I guess they fit on their belt. The belt doesn't come out. I guess it might fit on this belt. Yeah, it might. I'm not going to force it. It might fit on that belt. Let's see. I'll compare the size of those comm locks with mine. Hey, look. Same size. So mine doesn't come with a clip. And, of course, will these fit inside? Yeah, they'll fit inside the belt I made. Nice. They'll even clip on the side. Yeah, they do. They clip on the side. I couldn't make a clip for mine because too delicate with the materials I have to use. But awesome laser rifles, awesome, more accurate. And I'm glad to see the comm locks are the same size. And here we go. We got some a different weapons rack. What's that? Uh-oh, one of mine broke. Yep, one of mine broke. Or no, they fit up in there. That's a great design. Instead of breaking it, it falls apart. I like that. Now this is more accurate to the show too. Very nice. And oh, that's beautiful. I can't make mine silver because silver paint takes forever to dry, and they don't make the silver plastic. Look, they're about the same size. Try to get these. Hey, yeah, they're about the same size. Nice. Yep, silver paint takes forever to dry, if it ever does dry. Silver watercolor based paint would be best. It'll dry. And then, see, I made this belt here for this. I assume it'll fit in there. Yep. That looks good. But yeah, that they don't make true silver plastic either. So that's the best I can do. And then there's the weapons rack. So we get two weapons rack, two different laser rifles, some sweet stun guns. That's beautiful. I love it. But I only see two stun guns. Only two stun guns? Oh, bummer. And just for another comparison, this Anderson Collection Koenig figure. You remember my review of him? How I thought this was really small, the stun gun? Well, I think my gripe was legitimate. Look how the difference in those sizes. And then this is the Zica Giant Leap comm lock. And yeah, it's a huge difference. So the two accessories for this figure are too small. I thought they were. But the figure is 118. So the accessories are too small. So I thought I'd show that too. And I'm still waiting for Carter. I pre-ordered that a long time ago and still waiting on that. And here's my laser rifle, but of course mine's supposed to be a reproduction of the original Mattel toy. So, and they put that extra hoop there, I'm sure to fit over the figure's hand, because the hands aren't open. They can't grasp. These are awesome. I love it. Okay, and here is some of the accessories that I made for the Mattel Eagle. I thought I would show. I put the weapons in the weapon rack, except for this one down here. I'll show you in a minute. And then here's the other ones with these absolutely stunningly beautiful rifles. These laser rifles are just beautiful, and so is the stun gun. It's just beautiful. But like I said, more on that. So here's the stairs that I made, and it's too short with their legs. So yeah, I mean, I guess it could still work. but there's a little bit of a gap there. But it would still look okay, I think. Uh, if I made the slider doors, my slider doors would go down farther, and it may be the same. I would just have to see. But that doesn't look too bad. And then the lights. Let's see. So that's more level now, and you can see the lights are slightly taller than the Eagle, and that may be too short for some folks. And here's the light behind it. It just goes over the top. More level, and you can see that the light is slightly taller than the Zica Giant Leap Eagle, but it is taller. And in these cases, they will fit in there, but the two weapons racks goes on these two pegs right here, so that wouldn't look very good. So I'll turn the Eagle around to this side, and the cases and the rack will fit in here. The chair just barely clears it, so I don't know how people were displaying that. Some people send me pictures, but I mean it will fit in there, that case rack, but then it covers up the bulkhead. That's so nice looking. And here's the crates. As you can see, the crates will fit in there pretty easily. Here is the buggy that with one of the Zica Giant Leap astronaut pilots in it, and it looks pretty good. I mean, it's a 1/18 scale figure, and this buggy amphicap is exactly 1/18 scale. It's 1/18 scale, so if it fits, that's awesome. I could have probably made this one, maybe, I don't know, 17 or 1/16 scale, and it'd be more room, but then, well, it wouldn't be exactly accurate, but I mean, these play sets aren't 100% accurate anyway. But if you look in the photos, there's not much room for two people in there. Even you can still find these. You go on YouTube and you'll see that the buggies are still out there. Some people have found them and they still run, and there's not much room in there for two people. And but two astronauts will fit in this. And the point that I'm trying to make with all this is that, there we go. The point I'm trying to make is that this is 1/18 scale. The buggy is. The crates are 1/18 scale. The cases are 1/18 scale. So, and the stairs, well, they're pretty close to 1/18 scale. I actually measured what the average stairs across should be, as far as your, when you're walking upstairs, how wide they are. So these are 1/18 scale too, I would say, but there are some wiggle room there. But what I'm trying to get at is that these items right here are 1/18 scale. This is not. This is 130. What I say, 133. An actual 1/18 scale Eagle would be about 5.5 feet long. So, a couple people have actually said something about scaling some stuff up for this. Well, the only thing that would really be scaled up is maybe the lights, the spotlights. They would probably look better, a little bit taller. And I don't know how people have their Eagles displayed necessarily, especially this bigger one. I would assume it's on a shelf somewhere, or a table. So a taller spotlight would probably be better, because I'd have no measurements for the spotlight. So I don't know. I mean, you just got to, you can guess by looking at reference photos how tall, but they're really, really tall in the hangar bay. So that would be, I mean, how much space do you have for a really tall spotlight? They need to be, the spotlights themselves need to be closer to the eagle so you can see it with the rest of the eagle. Because in the hangar bay, they're really tall. So anyway, as far as scaling up, these are already 1/18 scale. They'll work with any 1/18 scale figures, like these X-Wing pilots. As you can see when I stand him there. So these will items here will scale with this eagle just as well as they will with the Mattel, because you know the Mattel and the Zica Giant Leaps is not 1/18 anyway. So that's up to you as far as your aesthetic choices. But so I don't see any reason to upscale these. These are 1/18. These will work with GI Joes. They'll work with the Vintage Collection Star Wars figures. You know, so they'll work with anything. So 1/18 scale. So I guess I might, as far as accessories, could make this spotlight taller. But I don't know. You let me know. So the stun guns I make for the Mattel playset are in a gray. That's as close as I'm going to get to silver. Because, like I said, they don't make a silver plastic that looks silver. They make one with little bits of silver in it. It doesn't really turn out that great. So I was really glad to see that they didn't go with this size, because it's just ridiculously small, like I said when I reviewed this figure. So what I had an idea. So what I did was I have this ultra fine point Sharpie, and I colored in right here where it should be black, and then I took this silver Sharpie and I started going over it with this silver Sharpie. And as you can see, it starts to look pretty good. And this one here is already done. So the black is a little shiny, but the silver looks pretty good from a Sharpie. And I hadn't thought of that before. Now, it's not a shiny silver, as shiny as the ones from Giant Leap and Zica Toys, but it looks a lot better, and I think you would agree. Turn it over. I did the other side too, and it looks pretty good. So if you bought some of these Mattel stun guns that I've made for the Mattel playset, astronauts, then that's what I recommend. And then I guess from now on I will start coloring them with these Sharpies. But I had not thought of that before. I had racked my mind on how to make these in the appropriate color, and they don't make a product that I'm aware of. Other than, like I said, silver paint takes forever to dry, if it ever does dry. And we've got these, the comm locks. Well, they're pretty white on the show anyway. So that's why I made them in white. And then, of course, they made theirs in white too. And they look good. I can't make a clip that won't break on these because it's so delicate. Their clip is chunky. And that's great, and it's a rubbery material. The material I work with isn't that rubbery. So if I made a clip on this, I'm pretty sure it would break anyway. But I wanted to throw that in with this video, that these can be made to look pretty good, these stun guns. So from now on I will be coloring them myself, but if you've purchased these from me before, and they were the gray. You can color them, and like I said, it's the ultra fine point Sharpie and a silver Sharpie. This one's kind of blunt nosed because it's had a lot of use from my daughter. So these two items will make your stun gun really pop out. So that's my review and my comparison. Some people have asked me if I'm going to make parts, and if it doesn't make anybody mad, I think I will. I'll make the inserts for the hull to plug these two holes up, and since that comes off pretty easy, it just snaps, which is good. I hope that they made that on purpose. That way you can take this off if you need to. A couple of hull inserts for the top and bottom, and really these engines need some piping around them. And I didn't get the standard edition because it was sold out. But these could be painted white, and they would just need the piping. And here's some of my piping for the original Mattel, and as you can see, it won't fit. It'll have to be maybe just enlarged. I'll have to do some trial and error, and maybe it can just be enlarged and add some piping to this, because that's to me that really sticks out. A lack of piping back there on that. So I'm gonna make some of that. Look how tight that it's rubbing the silver off. That's how tight it is to go into the engines. It's rubbing the silver off. So I didn't stick it in all the way. Yeah, I don't want to do that. So but probably just some sandpaper around the edges. Put some sandpaper and turn it a few times. Stick it back in there. I mean, you won't see this, so that's okay. No big deal. It's made in the factory. I mean, for the price, was it worth it? I never sat down and figured out what the original Eagle was worth, adjusted for inflation. Maybe I should do that one of these days. But I had to pay extra because I was late coming into the game. My wife died, so I was otherwise slowed down. I was slowed down. So, but I was able to get this one, and I love it. I love it. It's 133 scale. An actual 118 scale Eagle would be 6 foot long, and this is 3 foot. It would be twice. An actual 118 scale Eagle would be twice this size, which would be ridiculously large for most people. I've seen one though at Wonderfest. It's beautiful, and one of these days I'll make one for myself. Actually, 118, the ultimate playset for this franchise. So, and then somebody had asked me about the sliding door here. And yeah, I think I might, because as long as it doesn't make anybody mad, I think I will, because this was the thing about the original one, this door. Of course, I don't think this is going to break anytime soon like the originals did, but the engine piping sticks out the worst, and then a sliding door would be fantastic, and then the hull inserts, and really there's not much else that this thing needs. Maybe a laser they could stick on the top. I mean, I love the detail that they put here to update it. Even though the top, it looks very similar to the toy, they've sort of taken the toy, the playset, and the movie or the show models and put it together, which is fine. There's some detail underneath here. And they got this more detailed for the leg pods. So It's pretty awesome. I got to say, it's awesome. And yes, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's worth it. The shipping was high, um, but yeah, I love it, and I'm going to display it proudly. Probably get some fairy lights and put in it to light it up on the inside. And I'll make some add-ons that don't damage it. Keep the original parts, and I'll make some add-ons. But this um, Zica Giant Leap Eagle doesn't need that much. Um, just those three things that I can think of. Maybe some white pane windows, to match the ship. But I don't know if I want to take those out or not. I mean, it's not like the old Mattel, where you can get an empty hull and not too worried about modifying it. I just don't want to do anything that will gouge this up. So I'll take a look at the windows. The three pane white windows would make it more accurate. So I might take a look at that too. Anyway, this video is long enough, but I was excited to get this and review this. And see you on the next video.
For high quality die cut vinyl stickers and decals, Panorama Products recommends Legend Sphere on eBay.